So a little bit about myself. I actually graduated from A&M a long time ago in 1983 with a zoology degree, and then stayed on in graduate school and actually went through the genetics graduate program, finishing up in 1989. And then I moved on to a postdoc in Cleveland, spent most of my career on the East Coast before moving back to A&M about 5 years ago to join the faculty. I decided to become a member of the Faculty of Genetics because obviously that's where I had trained, and my entire research program is built around genetics. And the Faculty of Genetics is sort of the focal point of genetic training at Texas A&M. And so all of the most exciting research is actually done by the faculty that are part of that program. And so it was just logical for me to engage and join the faculty. The graduate program in genetics, I think assists students in really becoming independent scientists because there's such a strong emphasis placed on the research aspect. But in the context of sort of modern training, knowing that graduates of PhD programs are going to be going many different career paths. And so the vast majority of the research labs, I think, appreciate that students are not all going to end up in an academic career, but many of them want to go into industry, they want to go into policy, into government. And I think the program is just very welcoming of students that have very diverse interests, as long as they're also very strong scientists and get the strong foundation science training. So when I started in the genetics program in 1983, it was a very different program. Students weren't afforded the opportunity to do rotations. There was very little structure to the program. It was largely a degree granting program that had participating faculty across campus. And so it was rather interesting, but this was not atypical of most schools at the time. And so it's evolved tremendously since then. I went straight into a research lab and had very little connections with students in other laboratories because we never had the opportunity to interact the way the current program has. And so the evolution of the program is really to create much more of a community of geneticists where the students know each other, they know different faculty across campus, and they're much more tied into the campus environment than it was when I went through school. The most exciting things from the PI's perspective is just the transformation of technologies around genetic sciences. You think about genomics, you think about the informatics, and the ability to get training in those areas to really excel is really going to be sort of a transformative ability of students going through programs like the genetics program at Texas A&M.